You need to hear this. Everybody needs to gather around for this one. This is a very special rendition. I wasn't saying you specifically, my brother. I was talking to us as a community, as a whole, as a black community, as a market, as a record label, staff, and a company.
Yeah.
Because this is breaking news and some new information hot off the press that may save somebody's life.
Yeah.
We got the book right here. It's not complicated.
It's not.
But you're making it hard. Now I had to go call in a specialist for what I've been seeing on the internet. All this back and forth and arguing and on these podcasts and stuff. Somebody got to make some sense of all this. And I think I found the right person to do it. Miss Alysha Price.
Yes.
Now before I tell you what she does, I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna let her tell you what she does first, because I know. But I think you need to hear it from her, and then I'll follow up with that.
Yes, thank you.
They're all yours.
Thank you for having me. I am your favorite co-parenting coach.
Say it one more time.
I am your favorite co-parenting coach.
What's a co-parenting
I am a
coach?
co-parenting coach and expert. I work with single parents and divorced parents, also those who have never been married.
Okay.
To figure out how do they cooperatively co-parent? How do you work together as parents to raise your children?
That's a damn good question.
Yes.
So how do you do it?
Man, you shut the fuck up.
First, is that in the book? Wait a
You
minute.
shut
Is
the
that
fuck
in the,
up.
what page is that on in the book?
No, we keep it all the way real. Like, really, it's an adult thing. Kids are absolutely not the problem. Adults need to learn how to work together. And it all starts with communication. So part of communicating is listening. And if you're talking, you can't be listening. So I like to work with parents so that they're not arguing in front of their children and they can cooperate.
So this is like a workbook.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
it's a
you
guide.
even got it split up where the daddy can say his part and then she can write her part back. Also, they can just like kind of pass it. You like when you drop the kids, I'm like, I said my little part back.
Well, this book in particular is for mothers to work through what they have to navigate as it relates to co-parenting and healing from the relationship. But fathers can also gain a lot from the tools in the book. And you mentioned kind of the passing it back and forth, and we do some activities in the coaching in terms of kind of sharing journals and being able to really articulate what it is that you're feeling.
Yeah.
So
you got
it's
to
good
talk
work.
about your feelings.
You have to. You have to. You have to. It's deep. It's deep. Co-parenting is something that also married couples do. If you're cohabitating, you're still co-parenting. And a lot of times we get a bad rap for, you know, if you're a single mother or a single father and you need to co-parent, people think that it's automatically drama. There's something wrong. But we need to learn how to actually hear each other in terms of what parenting looks like. And if we want to break cycles of what single parent households look like and, you know,
When did you
the
get
Maury
it?
Povich show.
When did you get it? Like, when did it make sense to you? Were you like,
You know,
oh,
we were at my son's conferences in 5th grade. And I remember the teacher saying to us, he didn't know until my son stood up and read an essay in class that he didn't live with both his mom and his dad. And it just like clicked for me. I was like, wow, like if the school didn't recognize that he wasn't living with both of us, then we made it. Like we made it, we did it. And that was because our communication was seamless. They could tell his dad something that I also knew, and we showed up as a collective, as a team for our son, although we weren't living in the same household. And that's essential to raising our children to be whole, to be healed, to be healthy, you know, to not be out here in the streets and in a bunch of drama. We need fathers to be present, and we need mothers to accept them.
Keep going. Just keep going. Say what needs to be
that's
said.
it. That's
Say
it.
what needs to be said. You got this.
You know, there's a lot of toxic behavior that's happening, especially in the Black community. You know, we're calling our babies my baby instead of our child. And a lot of women are taking a lot of ownership on that role of being a mother instead of really just, you know, recognizing it takes a village. You don't have to do it by yourself. There are a lot of men I've noticed in my work who really want to be present. They want to be there. They want to understand what's going on with the mothers, but they just don't know how to communicate sometimes. And if the relationship has been toxic, who do you go to? You know, sometimes you can't go to your mom because your mom is like, I don't like the heifer either, right? So you got to reach out, you know, and you got to get support from a neutral party. And so at the Price Dynamic, which is my organization, we provide co-parenting coaching, we provide family mediation, we provide supervised visitation for parents who don't have custody. So that way you have a safe and neutral environment to start to work on some of these skills and tools.
How can they contact you and
get
some of this info?
AlyshaPrice.com, also thepricedynamic.com, and all of the products, book, cards, everything is available on the website.
Tell me about the card.
So the cards come from, actually, I don't know how much you know about the co-parenting dynamic. I'm not sure.
I know a lot about it.
All right.
I'm actually an expert at it.
Okay. So when we think we know what the other party is going to say, here's the cards that are open. But when we think we know what the other person is going to say, we can't listen, right? So if you're trying to communicate with your co-parent, these cards serve as a purpose or as a tool for having a conversation or making decisions as a team without one person taking over or the authority. So it eliminates all the yelling. It eliminates you assuming you know what the other person is going to say. And they're prompts that really help you to walk through how to make decisions and set rules for your children. And
what is your inner voice telling you about this decision?
One of my favorite cards, hands down, trips everybody up, is what would you tell another family about, this particular situation, or what kind of, advice would you give another family?
Are you supposed to shuffle these?
No.
Oh, because there was a bunch of safety cards in there.
Yeah, so the safety cards, each family member gets a safety card.
Oh, and you pass these out?
Yeah, the green cards are the safety cards. So like your children actually can get them, and they can have a voice in the conversation, and everybody takes turns.
To win the argument right here.
Nobody can interrupt me while I'm talking. You heard what the lady said. I got the card. Big joker.
And it gives them some tools, right? Because, a lot of times we get stuck in the ways that we've learned to communicate, which can be toxic. And we're all about breaking generational curses around here. We need to do things different, and we need to support our children and show them healthy relationships. So the cards definitely help with that.
These babies need us.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And you said you're a co-parenting expert yourself, huh?
I am. I got whatever you need from me, I can let you know.
Right on.
What it is I'm somebody's baby daddy. If you ever need some insight from somebody's baby daddy that's active in the field, still out here, hit me.
I'm going to do that.
I ain't going to tell you what I heard. I'm going to tell you what I know.
I am absolutely going to do that.
This is the hardest job I have ever had.
Parenting, right?
It's not just parent. I told you, being somebody's baby daddy. I am a statistic.
Mm-hmm. It is difficult.
I'm trying to do the right thing, get this stigma off me, and change the perception of baby daddies.
Yep. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. We make things harder.
You just have to, the trick to being a baby daddy is just let her say that shit she's saying, and then have your backup plan already ready, because that shit ain't gonna work. All right, yeah, okay. All right. We're going to pick the birthday cake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
And then, but how did I start? What did I say? What you're supposed to do? You're supposed, right?
Express your feelings.
Yeah.
And
that's it.
That's the thing about it. Men know.
They do. They do. But it is difficult, especially in my work. We see a lot of men who are doing supervised parenting time, which is really hard, right? to, only be able to see your child while somebody is observing that.
That ain't even how parenting works.
Right, right. And so we're able to do a lot more support and coaching in that space. And then it also helps, of course, by representation matters. When you walk into an organization and there are Black folks there and they understand what you're talking about and can support you through, kind of that court process too.
Yeah.
Which is...
You don't want that process.
Right.
I didn't even know you was going to bring that process up.
Yeah.
You don't want those problems, man. Get you some of these cards and do your thing, because going to court is...
Listen, coaching, family mediation, and utilizing the supports that you have in your community is way cheaper than the court, than the lawyers, and all that goes with that. Way cheaper.
Yeah. And if you need further instructions, just talk to some people who got a lot of kids. I'm telling you, that'll save you so much stress.
Yeah.
People, I'm not like 3, 4, like 7, 8, 9, 11 a lot. You know somebody.
11 kids.
Now, those people got the best type of advice. Yeah, that's common. Every Black neighborhood got one person that got way too many kids.
And they're going to have the best advice.
Oh, yeah. They've done it all. They got so much experience to draw from. Now, my youngest son, daddy, he good. My middle two, they don't know him. And my oldest...
Right, it runs the gamut. They know every scenario,
yeah,
right? Okay, now I can understand that. That is true.
That's why I talk to him.
That is true.
I know a dude who got 6 baby mamas.
Yeah, I know quite a few that got more than that.
Yeah, 6, and he was just letting me know that his favorite one, the troublesome one, the neutral one.
And that is so real. It's so real. There's a label, right? And the other thing that I've learned in this work too is a lot of the times women don't recognize their power. They act a lot of the times as kind of this victim in the scenario instead of recognizing that we kind of run shit. We have the ability to.
Oh, I thought you was about to take some accountability. I was like, we done it. We done it. We have found the one lady that's going to hold herself accountable. I told you all I was cold. But you like, nope, we got the power. It ain't our fault.
But no, I mean, literally, it's like you can dictate how that relationship will be.
Right.
Because men are deferring to you a lot of the time. So if you recognize that power and you use it for the good of your children, it doesn't have to be complicated. And I think through coaching, a lot of people are able to recognize that.
I think things could go a whole lot smoother if people learn some better words to talk to each other with.
That is very true.
Better word selection.
Yep.
A little more patience.
Patience. Listen, really listen. Not listen to have a rebuttal, but listen to truly, and also not to understand all the time. You might not understand everything a person is saying, but to actually be able to reflect what they're saying is important.
Yeah.
But yeah, co-parenting is it. We've been talking about it a lot. It's like it's a buzzword. We're talking more and more about what co-parenting is. And I think it's important that people recognize that there's ways to get support around it without avoiding it and then ending up at court.
Are you a parent?
I am. I have a 19-year-old.
Just one?
Yep, just one.
Man, you're supposed to have a bunch of kids. You ain't having no more?
Nope, I'm done. I'm done.
That is a big age gap, though.
Yeah, it's over.
20 years. Come get your little brother. I can't.
Nope, it's over with.
It's over.
Yeah.
Well, I want to let you know that what you're doing for the community is great, and I hope you help everybody.
I hope so too.
Because somebody gonna have to make some sense of all this.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's not complicated. It's all in about, the choices.
That's very true. And just to be heard, when we're in the coaching space, you're able to really sit with somebody and support them through what they're feeling, what they're thinking. It really, truly helps. And in coaching, we're not there to diagnose you. So it's very different than what people think traditionally therapy is, right? It's an opportunity
Let me ask some hypothetical
Yeah.
questions since I got you in here. What would you tell somebody who has to co-parent with somebody who just stupid? Just flat out stupid.
Yeah.
Logical, there's people who can't make logical decisions. They make emotional ones, but
Very
not
emotional.
logical ones.
Yeah. So we get that a lot. And what I like to tell people is sometimes co-parenting might not even be for you. And you need to recognize who you can co-parent with while you can.
Now,
So your
that's some real
village,
advice right there.
yeah, your village is accessible. Sometimes we're forcing, a circle into a square.
Literally.
Yeah. And you might need to parallel parent with that person. Sometimes there's, domestic violence in play. Sometimes you got, an extreme narcissist that you just can't talk sense into that person. So instead of trying to force that situation, figure out who in your family can help you in a co-parenting dynamic. And
use your resources.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's okay if you can't co-parent. You don't have to force that. But especially in the Black community, it takes a village, and we know that. We understand that. There's always a grandma. There's, aunts and uncles that are around, and people are willing to step up and support you with your children, and you just need to be, mindful about saying, like, this is how I need you. But I don't recommend people try to co-parent with somebody who's stupid. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy.
You said it so much nicer than me. Oh, I knew you was going to put it right, because when I say it, they get offended when I say it. Some people just stupid.
Yeah. And well, we see it a lot.
Yeah. We have any questions from the floor? Anybody need help co-parenting? Any co-parents in here today? Nobody? I'm the only one with a child today. All right. I see how it is. Told you I was somebody's baby daddy earlier.
You're leading the pack.
Hell yeah. That's how we do it. Well, I'm going to take my cards.
Right on.
I can't wait to pass these out.
It's really a good tool, though. It really is.
So you get the whole family together and you give everybody like 4 cards?
You get the whole family together and you go through the deck one at a time. So the safety cards go to each person for their hand, and then you draw them one by one and read out what the question is, and then everybody goes around and answers. So say, for instance, you're looking at, how do we set bedtime for your child? And that's an issue. Or setting curfew could be an issue. When I created these cards, what we were trying to figure out in our family was allowing my son to fly by himself.
How old was he?
He was, I think, 16.
Oh, hell yeah. He would have been flying by himself.
And he was going off to a Berkeley college music for the summer.
Yeah, get him out of here.
And I was like, we're trying to figure out who's going to ride on the plane with him one way and the other way. And he's like, I just want to go by myself. Yeah. So we were both like, okay, like, let's talk this through. Let's figure it out. Are you ready to do that?
Yeah.
And he did. And once we went through this process, because we weren't giving him a voice.
Yeah, 16 when you Black is really, you really
Listen.
21.
Don't listen. Don't tell him that. Man. Because he's 19 now. Like, so how old is he?
Everybody who watching this show, act like you haven't had some decent breakfast cooked by a 6-year-old. You laughing because you know it's true. Black kids be advanced.
I was one of them Black kids.
Exactly. You've been cooking since you was 5, 6 years old.
I have.
Exactly.
I have.
See?
That is true. So yeah, we sat as a family to, kind of to work it through. And then I thought, well, the steps that we're taking to give him a voice, to have him be a part of the way we make decisions that relate to him.
Right.
Other people should be doing the same thing, and the more that you involve your child, the more that you take your own feelings out of the equation. And that helps you to show up better as a co-parent.
Are you listening? You might need to shuffle through these cards a little bit. There's some good ones in here too, bro. How might the decision hurt someone else, J.O.N.?
Yeah. Because we don't think about all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes, we just repeating what we've seen, which a lot of times is a lot of yelling, A lot
You
of
could have been
cussing.
real petty on these cards. That's what I'm saying. Like, just to spice it up, little razzle dazzle. Your daddy ugly as hell.
and that's going to make it complicated.
Yeah. Just for a little razzle dazzle.
Well, that'll be
Ask your mama
the
about their birthday money.
that's the family fun edition. Where we gonna partner. Now those would be funny though.
Ask your mama, can I have some of the child support back? We gotta come out with the hood version.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Well, look, I appreciate you coming through here,
I
blessing
thank you
me,
for having me.
putting me up on some co-parenting game. Anybody could use that.
Yes.
What do you tell the step parents?
You know, I tell the step parents to follow the lead of the biological parent. You know, like if you are with a parent who doesn't feel like they can advocate for themselves, that they can speak up, you still need to be kind of deferring to them and following their lead because you're not the parent. Until you can build a relationship with their co-parent, you need to fall back because it will definitely make it complicated. And it can offend the children that are involved too.
I got a book idea for you.
Let's have it.
I like to throw ideas out.
I love it.
Do a book called Other People's Kids.
Other people's kids. I like that.
The
To
step
talk through
parent
that.
edition. Yep.
Other people's kids.
Other People's Kids. You need to do a whole chapter. Just shut your ass up. Chapter 6. You all in them folks' house.
Because literally, I mean, I see so many step
Chapter
parents
13.
that make things
You ain't
harder.
running nothing.
See? Look, you
They
don't
do
wrote the
make it
book.
harder. They make it hard.
They do. Especially, I'll say this one too. Especially in my personal experience, the girlfriend who don't get along with her baby dad,
Oh, they on sabotage.
but they want their boyfriend to not get along with his baby mom. Oh, that's a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see it all.
They always be funny looking too, though. Tell the truth. It's always the most funny looking ones. It ain't never
That
the,
is very
it's
true.
always the funny
That
looking
is very true. In my experience, that is very true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it go, though. Men fall in love with a lot of funny looking women. For real, we do. We always look at some of your older homeboys. You ever see a couple together and you just look and be like, what the fuck
Like, how
they
did
like
that
each
work?
other? What do they have in common, dude? I be in Walmart. Them some strange couples in there. Strange ass couples in
It
there.
definitely.
That's a whole nother episode. They learn how to co-parent though. It's not
Yeah.
complicated.
Right. At least it don't have to be.
Drop the website again.
Yes. AlyshaPrice.com or thepricedynamic.com.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's Alysha. That's ALYESHA.
No. ALYSHA.
S. This not a?
Nope, that's
All right,
S.
bet. Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. Zoom in on it. It looked like an E to me. It's an S. Ain't no E in there.
No
See,
E.
you would have went to somebody else's website. Ain't no telling what would have popped up. JON, the black market is open.
Yeah.